Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. So, as the title suggests, we are saying screw it. I'm going to be pulling some Soulstones. We are participating and, in fact, maxing out the Golden Deck of Fate, and I kind of explained why in the free-to-play review for the Golden Deck of Fate, if you want to check that out first in the card up above. But the short version is I have a ton of Soulstones, and I literally went back and checked, and I haven't pulled a bulk of Soulstones during an event since November of last year, so nearly 6 months without a good event to kind of pique my interest. And at this point, it's getting to the point where I have just too many, and I can pull a subset of these and still have a lot for some future event in the future, and not be screwed over for some sort of future event. So my goal here is to fully complete the Deck of Fate. That is the best way to guarantee that I get all the Titan event points. That is kind of the primary reason for doing this, but I also, I wouldn't mind Legendary Tome. I don't mind the Primals and some of the Dust and Extract or Dust and Powder, and then the Clan Relic materials are kind of a bonus on top. We'll see if we can get something cool from those as well. But yeah, this is not like my favorite type of event, but it's been so long, and I feel like I'm kind of holding myself back at this point by not getting more souls, even for like epics and rares along the way, just to have my champions be more powerful. So in terms of who we're looking for, I have tweaked my wish list a little bit given some more recent acquisitions. So we have Siphi in there. I do have a 2-star soul on her currently from, I think, one of those, like the Lover's Path or something from Valentine's Day from last year, I believe. I made sure to bank that just in case I ever got her, and that happened to come to pass last year. But we have her in there, so hoping for 5-6-star whatever. Ninja's in there as well. He's been there for a long time, still haven't managed to get him. I just like the irremovable brimstone on him just to kind of bank that. But even if I get 6-star, maybe Crushing Rend, do what other people are doing with their crazy ninja builds and Chimera and whatnot. And then Tomb Lord, hard mode Fire Knight. I honestly just want a 3-star or better on him. That would be great, and I'd kind of switch that around. In terms of the epics, Whisper, I put her back in because we are trying to chase some of the 6-stars here in this case. So if I can get her from the 4 she's currently at to up to 6, then she could have 6-star Crushing Rend, which would just take her to the next level. So I is in my Demon Lord Clan Boss team, and so I want her to be more powerful, more crit damage, more survivability, etc. And Genbo, he's just kind of like my standard cleave, quick farm arena nuker, and just having more stats on him is good as well. And the rares, Cold Heart is kind of, my highest Cold Heart soul, believe it or not, is only 4-stars, so getting more than that would be nice. Hellborn Sprite, I use her for Amius specifically, and so having her have a higher star rating just makes her tankier for form 2, so she's less likely to die, which would be good. And then Berserker, he's just one of those Doom Tower Secret Room champions, Curse City champion, so more stats is more damage and more survivability, etc. So those are the picks for the wish list in this case. And I guess on the hidden wish list, I'm still on the lookout, believe it or not, for at least a 1-star soul for my Star Sage Galathier. It's been probably a year in the making now, but literally I just want some blessing on him. I think it's gonna be Temporal Chains. Maybe we'll see what it's going to be, but just 1-star at least would be nice. Maybe higher, maybe better, who knows. But yeah, mythical secret wish list there would be just any blessing on my Galathier. So in this case, there is a boosted rates 2x on the 5-star and 6-star Perfect Souls from the Mortals, as well as a 6-star Perfect Soul chance or boost to said chance for the Immortals. And in order to equate to 40,000 points, what my plan is here is 240 on the Mortals, which is kind of a little bit less than half, which is kind of where I wanted this session to be. And then we're going to be pulling 21 Immortals, which is kind of less than half if you consider the fact that I have 32 here on top of the 14 in terms of coins that I could convert if need be. So kind of doing a half of my stack type of session here. And the 21 versus 20 is just because I want to get all of the Eternal Soul coins here because we're 1 away. So I just want to make sure that we get 900 flat from this session, which could help get Eternals later on, or more importantly, could help me 6-star some legendary in terms of blessings in the future. So let's kick things off with the Mortal Soulstones first, 240 summons, and we'll try and keep track of that as we go along the way. But let's get it rolling here and just see what we can get up to. Like I said, it's been a long time since we've done one of these, so my expectations are properly low, but you never know. Maybe with the boosted rates, we could get something amazing along the way. I guess the downside is that, there's no soul chase, so the quality doesn't really matter in terms of the return, but nonetheless, getting good quality is just good and potentially useful. And Dolly, 6-star though, is not really quality, but it is a high star rating in Epic there. But I think she's one of the Lady Mikage epics, but she's not really going to do anything for me. 4-star on another epic that I don't use. 1-star on Leo. Don't don't have him, but that would be nice if I get him in the future. Spider, I think he's at 3-star, but I do use him in the Cursed City. 4-star, I think I have 5-star in Renegade. 3-star, we hit the wish list, but she's currently at 3-star, so that is not an upgrade. Let's keep it going here. Of course, we're also going to have to make some space along the way. I think in the future, I do plan to spend some of my excess gems on more space in the Soulstone summoning collection area. But as I kind of hinted at, I haven't been pulling that many Soulstones lately, so it's kind of been bottom of the thought pile there. But 4-star Rowan, maybe that's an upgrade for her. 3-star Whisper, not useful. She's currently at 4-star, and unfortunately for me, I paid with that in terms of soul coins to get her up to 4-star. Another legendary soul, 1-star Beauregard. I think my current Beauregard, who I don't even use, is at 3-star, so that will be sold. 5-star rare, not helpful. Sir Artemage, I think he's at 3-star already, not an upgrade. Skull Crown, I think she's a bit higher than that as well. Let's keep it going here. Anything juicy gonna pop out. 2-star Dahi. Unfortunately, I think he's at 3 or 4-star. 2-star Genbo, I think that's where he is at the moment. 1-star Killian the Lucky. Tagore, that might be an upgrade for him. I don't think he has a soul currently, so we'll take that one. And then Berserker, not really doing all that much here. So that is the first set of 50, and I'll make some space and be right back for set number 2. All right, round 2, here we go. Let's dive straight in and see what else we could potentially get from the Soulstones here. I don't think we've actually seen a mythical soul at all thus far, but we'll see if that can change. 3 legendaries so far. 2-star Mortu Macabre, don't have him. Scorid, previous fusion, never used him, but I guess 2-star could be useful. 5-star Dahi, and I think that is an upgrade, so a little bit more stronger, a little stronger on the cruelty, what I currently run on him, but I might switch that to Crushing Rend if we end up getting a 6-star, and Togron don't have him, unfortunately. But Mistrider Dahi came in real clutch here for my recent clear of stage 14 on this rotation of the Cursed City. So he did a lot of work, my +4 Dahi that I've been fortunate enough to pull duplicates of over the past few months here. Shatterbones, I think he's higher than that. Rian the Conjurer is already at 6-star due to a previous lucky summon in the past. Durandil, I think he's above 1-star. Genbo, we were seeing him a lot, but nothing above the 2-star where he currently resides. 1-star Farrakhan, I think he's currently higher than that. Another legendary 2-star Senna, excellent, but I don't have her. Moving right along. Yeah, we haven't seen a mythical soul at all, so maybe, you know what, maybe the Galathier, he's just waiting for the immortal bits. Oh, nope, it's Toshiro. Okay, don't have him. 1-star Coldheart, not what we're looking for. 3-star Ceres, that's cool, but I think both of mine are above 3-star. I'll have to check that later. But darn, Toshiro. I mean, if I do happen to get him in the future, I guess, you know, at least having some level of awakening on him would be better than no level of awakening. But 1-star is not as exciting, of course. Rowan, we already got a higher one for her earlier. Inquisitor Shamail, decent, but I do have a 6-star for him, I believe. Or is it 5-star? I forget. But another 50 down the drain, so to speak. I'll make some space and be right back. All right, round 3. We've definitely seen the wishlist procking a ton for the rares, but at least according to my review of the souls, it's just been a bunch of onesie twosie stuff, unfortunately. 2, 3, yeah, more of the same. 5-star rare, we'll take it. 1-star Codge of the Rye. Unfortunately, I already have her at 1-star, but that could have been pretty decent. 2-star Varl, I believe he's also, no, he's at 3-star, so that's not an upgrade there. I think Grimskin, I don't even use him, but that was a high rating. Mythical, oh, it's a duplicate. Comet Soul, I think the existing one is at 1-star at the moment, not what we're looking for. 5-star Rare Pounder, not that exciting. 1-star Fushan, I think that's exactly where he is currently. And a, wow, 6-star Shu Zen, that would be amazing if I had her, but I don't. But I guess we'll bank that for potentially some imaginary future state where I managed to pull her out of a void shard. But well, you know, can't complain. 6-star legendary for ones you don't have. Maybe you might have them in the future. Gallius, 3-star, another mythical, but don't have him either. Double mythical. Nope, another 1-star for Theodesia. I think I have every single mythical soul except for Galathier. But I guess, you know, as the mythical whisperer that I am, probably falling on deaf ears or tears of the rich, so to speak. Whoops, did not mean to click. It's fine. And rapid fire, what do we get? Nothing, absolutely nothing. We got 2-star Fenchi. I think he's at 4 or 5-star. Phantom Touch, super useful as well for Centranos, and then 1-star Marshall is higher than that. All right, 140 down so far, 100 to go. Let's keep it going. I think the highlight for the day, at least so far, definitely the 6-star Shu Zhen, despite not having the champion. So we'll see if the Immortals can beat that. Obviously, those have a higher likelihood of striking it big, so to speak. But so far, even with the decent luck, we're not really hitting what we want as far as from stuff from the wish list, unfortunately. At least above, I think, probably nothing above a 4-star even. I don't even know if we've gotten a 4-star from the wish list. 2-star for Black Knight, do not have him. 1-star Gentoro, do not have him either. I have a 5-star for Judge, but he is useful as well. Doom Tower, Secret Room, Curse City type champion. Doc the Pierced, I'll have to check. That might be an upgrade for him. He might be currently 2-star, so 3-star would be nice. I guess another thing that's kind of a side benefit is a lot of those awakened stages in the Curse City, just having, you know, even if it's like not the most useful epic, but if it gets you to qualify for the stage to even start, that can be some utility as well. So that is why I typically do hold on to some of these like 4-star plus epic souls, just in case they happen to allow me to partake in some of those higher difficulty awakened stages in Soulcross Hard, but nothing appreciable in that set. Legendary 2-star Holstring, do not have. 1-star Glaykad, do not have. 3rd legendary, here we go. Oh, sweet. Okay, we got the 3-star Tomb Lord from the wish list. That is great, which does mean that I do need to, I guess perfect timing. We get to make some space here, but I need to take him off because I'm satisfied with the 3-star. The 3-star grants him a higher chance to proc the Phantom Touch proc against the Fire Knight Shield, which is just making my team slightly more reliable, so that is goodness. All right, so a quick tweak to the wish list. Tomb Lord is out and White Queen Ancora is in. She's already at 3-star, so would be looking for the lofty goal of 4-star plus, ideally 5 for the extra resistance in her particular case. But yeah, obviously I think this would probably be like a Marius slot, but I don't have him yet on my account, probably within the next month or so. That's kind of where I would expect to get him, but that is our new wish list, so we'll see if that matters when it comes back to the Immortals. 40 more summons, let's hop right in. I think that will bring us to 220, so 20 more after this set of 40, and we should be done with the Immortals. Again, so far the highlight is still the 6-star Shu Zhen, and I'm not confident that we're going to top that in the Immortals. Arnorn, 1-star, don't have him, but I've heard, or I've seen that he is an absolute menace in the arena, at least for those of the whales and krakens who aren't a huge fan of Mezimel like I am. I am a huge fan of Mezimel. I don't think she's underrated per se, but she is particularly kitted against her for dealing with Arnorns, because she is a double hitter that ignores Stone Skin, and the first hit can proc the passive, and the second hit will ignore the Stone Skin he pops up and still kill him and block the revive. So that is my way of dealing with Arnorn if I can get away with it. 1-star Soul of the Drakes, that is not that exciting. I guess the 1-star Mishinaki is good for me from the last summon, just because I happen to have 3 Mishinakis, so that means the 3rd one will now have either Brimstone or Nature's Wrath. I forget which team needs that, or which team that one's on, because I have 3. 1 for each of the Hydra teams. Let's just rapid fire this one here. Mythical, is that our Galath? No, it is not. And then King Galkabar. Okay, so I'll quickly make some space. We'll do the last 20 summons, and then we'll hop into the Immortals. All right, we have the perfect amount of space here, so let's quickly do the last 20 Immortals to cap out the 240, and then we'll dive into the Immortals. And I think strategically we're going to opt for single pulls, just because I don't want to get multiple procs of the wish list, which is unlikely, but still possible from a 10 pop of Immortals, so we want to play things on the safer side. Yorad, the newest mythical in the game, who I've heard terrible things about, but once again added to the collection of the mythical souls that I have for all of them except for Galathir. The last one here, a rapid fire, 1-star Claydna, don't have her, and then a bunch of other not useful things. Okay, so Immortals complete, 240 done, and now let's switch gears to the Immortals and see if we can turn up the luck. So obviously the chance for 5-star is not boosted, but the chance for 6-star is. So again, the odds are fairly low that we happen to proc that on top of someone on the wish list, or ideally just someone useful on my account. But nonetheless, let's dive straight in with a 3-star Fabian. Okay, that is helpful, I guess. That saves me some essence. My for those who don't know, my plan relative to the Hero's Path that offered a soul is, you might have seen it in the soul collection, but I do have the 4 and 5 star split souls, and I do have to purchase my way through essence to get to the 3 star. So this helps a little bit. So I still need to, he's at 1 star right now. I'm waiting for the 2 star to pop in the shop. So I guess we get to skip a step and save 120 essence. And there you go. So that's a step towards the 5 star Fabian, which my plan is temporal chain. So 1 down the, or one shard in. Here we go. Number 2, a rare, not what you want to see. Grand Master, 3 star, underwhelming. Epic, here we go. Vrask, 3 star. I think that is currently where he is, so that is a bit unfortunate. Keep a tally here. We're at 4. For Genbo, 3 star. We did hit the wish list though, but not high enough. I think he's currently at 3 or 4, one of the two. Legendary, summon number 5, 6 star. We did proc it to 6 star, Rule the Huntmaster. Not really used outside of Faction Wars on my account, but we'll take it. It's a 6 star legendary soul. I'm going to assume that that's due to the boosted rates, but not the most useful one. I wish that was like a Siffy or something, but nonetheless, we can't complain too much. I already have a 6 star Rector Wrath, so that doesn't help me all that much. And then let's see who else we can get here. Another epic. Duck the Pierced, again, 3 star, which is a repeat of what we got earlier, so that doesn't help. But he was thankfully an upgrade from 2 to 3 star, so he gets a little bit more defense, which in his build is a little bit more damage. ARS, 3 star, we've seen her a bunch, but I don't use her. I don't have that clan boss team, the Myth Air style of composition here. Another rare Templar, no, Adjudicator, sorry, Templar's Twin, not that exciting. Another rare soul, 3 star. Let's see if we can get something else. Legendary, The Promise, and it is a 4 star for Royal Huntsman, who I don't have, so unfortunate. I mean, that's decent. That's like where you want it to be for nukers. That's the crit damage level. Visionary, 4 star. I don't use her, but again, maybe that could be useful for some Curse City qualification stage thing. 4 star is kind of a useful benchmark, so to speak. Where are we at so far? We're at 21 out of 10, but we started off at 9. I mean, I guess we go off the space. We have 9 more spaces. I forgot. I did this perfectly. We have 9 more spaces, so we have 9 more to go, and then it'll stop me because we'll be at capacity. Perfect. Look at me. Full-blown strategy here. Whisper, 6 star. Sweet! Okay, we actually got that. That's awesome. So she jumps straight up. We'll go ahead and do that. But she jumps from the 4 star to the 6 star, and I can actually change her blessing now into Crushing Rend. Oh, that's going to be exciting. Unfortunately, Dark Fae is not in this rotation of the Doom Tower, but next time, oh, I cannot wait to see how much faster we can do that dungeon. That's really, really exciting. In fact, we'll just do it live here, just because I do love myself some Whisper. So she's a little bit faster now. I might have to change her gear a little bit because 10 speed is probably going to make her faster than she's supposed to be relative to other people. But yeah, we can get rid of Phantom Touch and we can go with the Crushing Rend. I think this is the first champion on my account who is 6 star and is a nuker and who warranted or who warrants Crushing Rend. So, oh man, Whisper Super Unleashed. That is exciting. Can't wait to test her out later on. But let's get back in here. Oh wait, I totally forgot that. Sorry, Perfect Soul is a Perfect Soul. We don't. That's just Fabian is done. Never mind. That saves even more essence. I think so. I saved 160 essence, the 40 tier and the 120 tier. So that's actually very, very useful. So I guess we just saved time and a bit of resources. So Fabian now jumps up to 5 star. So I guess the long-term bet that I made way back when in that Hero's Path paid off here in terms of this summoning session. So there we go, 5 star Fabian as well. And I guess, well, we're already doing it. We might as well do the 6 star Rule the Huntmaster Soul here. Get that done. I guess this kind of affects the way we're tracking or keeping track of the amount of soulstones remaining, but that's fine. I'll do a quick check here to see where we are. Okay, so a quick tweak to the wish list. Now we have Ruella in the mix, and that is for future planning for Sand Devil team, the Siffy Sand Devil team in the future where we make use of her kit. So I'd like her to get 5-star, ideally for the accuracy, but 6-star would be great too for the extra speed, because we do need her faster than the Sand Devil. So I remember now that we're pulling the amount of immortals to get to the next set of coins. So we have 8 remaining to go. So 8 more immortal soulstones here, and then we will call it a day. So let's see what we can get from the rest of these. A rare, not that exciting. Let's keep it going here. 7 remaining. Another epic. Is it useful? No, it is Sabbatha, who I don't have because I sacrificed her for the purpose of whichever fusion she was a part of. But nonetheless, that might be useful in the future. I don't think I need her for Faction Wars because I have Ancora. I think even hard mode is my primary reviver for that, but you never know. This is number 3, 5 remaining. Quaster? I don't know. However you say his name. Another rare, not that exciting. Another epic, Ruella from the Wishlist. Sweet! 5-star. Okay, that's like pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. 5-star means that she gets the accuracy on top of all the other stats, but that just makes it easier to get her to the 400 and whatever accuracy you need to land your debuffs against the Sand Devil, on top of making her super fast. So I might be able to then put her actually in a toxic set, because she is doing a triple hitter, so I think each of the hits has a chance to place poisons, and more debuffs on the Sand Devil allows you to do more damage, and so I can test that out and see if that actually helps her in the future. So that is great. We'll take that as well. All right, another quick change to the wish list. We're putting in Basher now for Ruella slot, and he is still one of my, like, not my primary with Fabian anymore, but he's still one of my main, like, lockout champions because I don't have the Warlord, Yumiko, Void Affinity stuff. But I think he's at 2-star, and ideally, once again, 5-star would be great to get more accuracy on him. So 4 Soulstones remaining. Are we going to get are we going to just keep hitting the epics from the wish list? I wouldn't mind it. No, starting it off with a rare champion, Hexweaver. 3 remaining. Let's see what the last 3 have to offer here. No mythicals, surprisingly so far, from the immortals, but I mean, we still got, what, 2 6-star legendaries across the entirety of the day, so I don't really think we can complain all that much. And in fairness, this is the last one here, but in fairness, the 6-star rule, the Huntmaster Soul, I guess I can slap Crushing Rend on him and just have him do a lot more damage. That could be interesting. But there you have it. That is the session. So part 1 of the video is complete. We have achieved, we should have achieved, I guess we should check. We should have achieved 40,000, yeah, 40,000 points. There's a slight overshoot with the math, but, obviously you can't pull a portion of a Soulstone. So yeah, but we should overcap, and we're at 40,000. So we'll switch over to part 2, which is flipping our cards in the Deck of Fate. All right, so here we are in the Deck of Fate. So let's get it cracking here. Now, normally we'd kind of be a little bit more strategic and try to like isolate, do a little bit of math and probability and look at the different rows and see if we can get stuff. But with the pinning feature in, I think it's a little bit less important where things are. And so let's just try and get like 3 rares in a row or 3 epics in a row with the pins, ideally not overlapping one another. So meaning that if we get rares, I want to hit more of the rares, and if we hit epics, I want to hit more of the epics. So let's see. Oh, maybe we get a 3 common just randomly. 3 commons. Hey, we'll take it. Sweet. Some energy, some gems. Some gems would be nice. Okay, on core hammers. One of the most useless items in the game for me because I don't actually use them for swift parry or anything like that. So we'll pin this for now, but I'd rather roll on the epic table if I have the chance to compared to the rare table. So if we happen to get lucky and we don't hit a single epic before, that'll be great. But if we do, that is also fine. Okay, 2 rares. So we do want to find ideally another rare card, but we don't want to hit an epic card. We hit an epic. Okay, we have to pin it. Unfortunate. So now guys, I guess we flip it around. We want to hit epics, but ideally without busting all of the rares. So where are the epic cards? Not finding the ones. There should be like roughly like 1 to 2 per row. Give or say, no, I guess there should be 2 per row, and we're just missing left and right. I mean, they have to be somewhere. Okay, there we go. Are they all in the top row? They're all in the top row. There we go. There's our guaranteed 3 epics in a row, and we get a legendary tome on top of a legendary tome. We'll take that. So how many rares have we popped so far? There's 13. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a decent chance, not great, but there's a decent chance we can hit 3 rares before we hit 3 more epics, unless we started off immediately with another epic. Okay, so again, there should be, on average, there should be 2 per row. So there we go. There's that 2. So maybe, let's see, this row should be most likely to give us an epic. There we go. Sweet. So we could use a little bit of strategy here. 6-star mythical chaos art. We'll take that. That is useful. That's a reroll of, I don't know, savage or merciless gear, something useful. And now again, we only hit, did we hit a rare that time? Maybe we didn't. So maybe we can still play with some good odds here and walk away with a triple rare as well. Okay, 3 epics once again. So now we really do want to find all the epic cards because this is the last time we can get 3 in a row. And ideally we find it before we bust through all of the rest of the rare cards. So there's one of the rares, unfortunate. There's the second to last epic. And so we need to find the last epic card, most likely in this middle row here. That's a common. That's fine. That is one of the rares. Bummer. Nope, that's a common. Okay. Is there one here? No, that's another rare. Oh, there's no epics in this row. The statistics have let us down. We need to find the last. Okay, there we go. Sweet. Okay, 3 epics in a row and a barrel. Oh, that's anticlimactic. But okay, so now at this point, I think we should have at least 1 3-of-a-kind of rares guaranteed. So it doesn't really matter here. We are pinning the rare nonetheless, and the epic, wherever the last one is, it doesn't matter because we cannot get 3-of-a-kind in a row because we've already gotten the 3 of the 3. 6-star legendary Kassor, also useful. Reroll some gear in the future. Another rare there. Oh, I guess we're out of rares. It didn't even ask me to pin it. Okay. And there's the last epic one. There's the common, and maybe 3 common? Hey! Oh no, it's a rare. Darn. And yeah, I guess we also got the badge thing achievement for fully completing a Deck of Fate, which I definitely have not done maybe since like COD of the Rye way back in the day. I don't even know the last time I did it, but there you go. We can flex on some people that we've done one fully completed 1 Deck of Fate. I mean, maybe in the long term, we might actually reach 10, depending on circumstances here. But okay. And the last thing to do, of course, is see what we got or what we earned from these relics here, or the relic fragments here. So let's just see if we can get something amazing from the clan group. I guess let me check real quickly. Is there anything super useful here? That one's not great. This one is not great. This one is not that great. Not great. I know the Temporal Stagnator is good. That would be the most ideal for Fabian, just so that he can still do his lockout even if he weak hits. I don't think this one is that amazing. And I know this one's good for like stat stick. And I mean, I guess it's also a good ability. You can revive after, again, extra turn after revival. And then the Murder Fang is not that great from what I've heard, but you know, we're getting ahead of ourselves with the mythical ones, right? So that's kind of low expectations. I think really, for me, realistically, the Temporal Stagnator would be the most ideal thing. But even then, getting a bunch of rare ones is good because I can feed those into upgrading my second Cat's Gaze to level 4, I think is what or level 5, what I'm looking for. My first one is at level 5-star, but the second one is not. So a bunch of dud relics, which is good because those will be used to feed other more important relics, in my case. The Journal of Decrotos, always a good one. You can never have too many of these, so we'll take that one, put it on some other speed champion. And I guess the end of the session here, 100 legendary, 40% chance to hit a legendary more or less. Is it going to be the Temporal Stagnator? It is not. Okay, the Infernal Sphere. So that was a dud. But again, the primary goal was to complete the, I guess it's gone now, but the primary goal was to get the Titan event points and kind of guarantee that we get it. Moreover, it was to try and, you know, just pull Soulstones because it's been so long, 5-6 months since the last time. We'll collect all these as well. Hey, we got 1 mortal back. Look at that. But yeah, that's the main goal, was to get the Titan event points. That gives me flexibility in the future for all the future events, because like I said, up to this point, I still have not skipped anything. So maybe the Champion Chase this weekend, we don't have to participate, but I probably will. But more realistically, I'll probably just skip Dungeon Divers, Gear Enhancement, stuff like that, some of the smaller things, and just not worry as much about dealing with those last few events in the last week of the Titan event. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's Soul Summoning session. I think the primary highlights, we did get 2 6-star legendary souls. One was Rule the Huntmaster, who is in the vault somewhere, but I did put 6-star Crushing Rend on him. Why not? He's a kind of a damage dealer. He deals more damage. 6-star Shuzen, don't have her, but maybe we will in the future. That could be a great intimidating presence champion. We got a shortcut on Fabian. We got the 3-star Perfect Soul, which just allows me to skip the time to wait to purchase the 2 and 3-star from the Soul Merchant. So we jump him straight up to 5-star. So the long-term strategy paid off there relative to whichever hero's path he was in, and Temporal Change is what I'm running on him. I do have a Supersonic Pinpoint cut in Fabian, so a lot more accuracy in the build now, 750-ish, 740, somewhere around there. So pretty good, more survivable as well. What else was good? Oh, how can I forget the 6-star Crushing Rend Whisper, soon to be unleashed somewhere in the game. I don't exactly know where, but that will be really, really fun to see what she can do. 5-star Rorella is just kind of future-proofing for, again, Sand Devil in the future, the Siphi sleep composition. I'm going to build that team once I get Marius within the next 1 or 2 months or so, and I think that's pretty much it for the highlights. So I'm not mad. I'm not going to complain, even though yes, technically we still don't have a soul of any type for Galathir, but I think considering everything else we managed to get, I'm pretty satisfied with this particular session. Let me know in the comment section down below if you were also pulling some of your soul stones for the Deck of Fate, and let me know if you got something juicy along the way from your summons. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel, and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.